Hey Google, what's the Ontario record RUDD?
Smash, smash, smash!
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. As you guys know, I like to mix it up and keep things fresh. So today's video, I'm hoping, is going to be educational, entertaining, and electrifying. Today we're talking about the RUDD, a species that does not get a lot of praise or even a lot of discussion. Recently on 39 Hour series, there was some airplay given for this species, and it's sort of an interesting one. So through the video today, I want to show you some of the hot RUDD action that Ty and I were a part of last week when we were out doing some carp fishing. Ty caught an absolute monster RUDD that I believe tied or maybe even passed the provincial record. And also to educate sort of about the species, about its role in the ecosystem, and what you can do to stop it, because it is an invasive species. Hope you enjoy. Oh, also we're going to be catching and cooking, so that's going to be unfiltered and hopefully hilarious. Thanks. Hey guys, so before we jump into the RUDD catching action, I just wanted to share a quick tip here. It's one of my favorite books that I've had probably since I was about 8 years old. And it's a fantastic resource if you fish in Ontario and if you enjoy sort of documenting what different fish you catch. It's sort of like my Bible when it comes to asking questions about fish, their habitats, their behavior, spawning patterns, that sort of thing. So here we have the RUDD, and I'll just read a little bit from it. You know, obviously RUDD are an invasive species here in Ontario, and it has actually the Ontario record listed here at 15.2 inches or 38.5 centimeters. So the whole deal about the RUDD and why it's important to sort of know the difference between the species is that it's invasive, and it outcompetes in a lot of instances the golden shiner. And if you know about golden shiners, you know that they make great bait. Oh my, I have an Oriole behind me. Golden shiners are a great bait. You can use them for pretty much anything, like pike, catfish love them, and they're totally cool to use for bait. You can always check, if you're unsure, you can check the provincial website for a list of okay baits to use. RUDD are not on that list as they're an invasive species. And basically the problem with the RUDD is that they devour vegetation and they outcompete the golden shiner for resources. And since the golden shiner is a native fish, we want to protect them and keep them healthy, whereas the RUDD, we don't want them around. That sort of comes into play for this video because you know, having a big RUDD, trying to possess it and retain it, it's important that the fish is dead when you go to transport it over land. So basically, in order to protect our ecosystem, we want to make sure that we're not transporting any live fish ever, as there's water bodies where they belong and water bodies where they don't. But it's especially true for invasive species since they can destroy that food web and the ecosystem. Habitat-wise, like I was saying, Ty and myself were actually carp fishing. We were in the Jordan Harbor around a lot of the bulrushes in a shallow area with muddy bottom. That seems to be where I find a lot of them. There are also lots of RUDD in the upper Niagara River with a little bit more water flow. Jordan Harbor obviously is fairly calm, still water. So RUDD are adaptable to a lot of different habitats. You know, they'll eat a lot of different baits. They eat vegetation, small minnows, bugs. They've got a decent sized mouth, so they can eat pretty much anything. Let's get into the action.
Yep. Another RUDD, what the heck?
Really?
Yeah. RUDD for days. Yeah, I've had their pizza, it's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, we're really good pizza.
Oh my god.
Another RUDD?
Big RUDD, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, man. Huge. Wow. Like, we're talking big. what is going on here? Are you serious? Oh my god, dude, it is firing right now. That is insane. The bobber, I didn't even get down.
I know, I just passed it.
Yep. RUDD. Yeah?
Yeah.
Biggin?
Yeah. Oh my god, it's a tank. It's a tank. Did you see that thing?
Yeah. Oh, yikes. Okay, we're talking record territory here. We need a net. He's barely hooked too. Oh.
Oh god.
Oh no,
Oh
he's
god.
good. Oh, he's good. It's just one of those things where, like, you never know, right?
Yeah.
You have this crazy day where you never thought you'd catch so many RUDD in your life, and then you throw away the record.
The largest RUDD found in Ontario was 38.5 centimeters. It says Ontario.sport. And I googled Ontario RUDD record. I don't know what that is in inches though. Oh well, 15 is like 30, isn't it? Or no.
12 is 30.
Yeah. It could be close. What?
Well, like, if it's a record, I'd like to weigh it in. Right?
I guess so.
Hey, a fish is a fish, bro. Like, get real here. It's big.
It's a tank RUDD.
Who can I call? Oh. Hi, it's Lyle calling from Port Dalhousie. Hey, I'm good. I just have a question. It's not salmon related or pen project related. If you happen to know if there's a record for that or how that's managed. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of weird that, you know, like, to think of that, there's fish out there that can be big, but are classified as records, right? Thank you. You too. Bye. So, it's kind of cool. He's like, it's not documented from the OFH or, like, any of the government things.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to promote, like, for invasive species. But he said what you can do is, like, you can't transport it live, obviously.
Yeah.
Get the measurements, get the photos, and then, I mean, we could take it to a government, official government scale.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Just to have it, right?
Yeah. So there's no actual official record?
No.
But would they even make it official?
No, I don't think they would because it's invasive.
Yeah.
So after talking to the MNR biologist, we decided to take the fish to Peter's Tackle to put it up against a bump board, because when we measured the fish, it was on the tailgate of my truck, and we made sure that the tip of the nose was at the start of the tape. We made sure that with the pinch tail that it was touching 39. So the current record was 38.5. We saw 39. When we took it to the store on the bump board, it was super close, and the bump board didn't show 1/4 inches or centimeters. So we knew it was a little bit above 15. It wasn't quite 15 and a half. And for that reason, we didn't take it any further. We thought, you know what, there's no angling record. So we'll take this as a victory. Ty, you know, he was cool with it. He said, you know, he was happy to have caught this fish, and he knows that the fish was pretty much as big as they come in Ontario. So that's sort of how we handled everything with the potential record. We have a great story to tell. I know Ty was pumped up. It was a great experience for the both of us. Now, the other day I was out and I caught another RUDD, so we're going to jump into the catch and cook portion of the video. Enjoy. Hi guys, so here we have our fresh RUDD. This is not from the day of the potential provincial record, but this is from yesterday. So we have fresh fish. I gotta say, I've done a few of these catch and cooks, and never have I not been as excited as I am now. I'm really not expecting this to taste very good, so hopefully I'm surprised. I also don't know the bone structure of this fish, so I'm just gonna fillet it like a sunfish, I guess. It stinks a lot, and ooh, there seems to be a lot of bones. Not much meat. I did bleed the fish to hopefully get all of the, oh my, there's some nice white flesh. Honestly, it looks like perch. I did bleed the fish right away to hopefully get all the blood out. It does stink quite a bit, but I guess we'll let our mouth decide. So it sort of has a crappie or a bluegill type bone structure. Looks like a pretty pronounced rib cage, and good meat through the back, good meat through the tail. So decent amount of meat. This wasn't a huge rudd. And this fish, I want to really be clear here, this fish was transported dead. So I did bleed the fish, I broke its neck before even putting it in my kayak. So it was dead, and that's really important if you are going to fish for these fish, is that they don't return to the water. And it looks like in the guts, he's just been eating some weeds. Doesn't look like any invertebrates or anything interesting. The scales are also quite alarming. They're very large. So now I'm just going to take the knife and run it down. Skin it because I didn't scale it. So there we have it. So there's our fillet. It looks really good, to be honest with you. There's not a lot of dark meat on it. Small mud line, but you're gonna get that with a walleye or a perch. So I don't know, the more I dig into it, the more I'm sort of excited to try it. Let's see what it tastes like. Okay guys, so my game plan for cooking this rudd, it looks like really great flesh. Just keep it simple to really maintain all the flavors. If they're good or if they're bad, I want to know, and I don't want it to be masked by a bunch of other spices. So my game plan is I'm going to put it on tin foil. I'm going to cook it on the barbecue since in case it's really stinky, I don't stink up the house. And that's pretty much it. No salt, no pepper, just to cook it through till it's done, until it's flaky. And that's about it. So I'm gonna put it on the barbecue here and check in with you later. Hey guys, we're back with our catch. So I just took the rudd off the barbecue. It's been out on the grill for about 8 minutes. I did about 4 minutes on each side, but here we go, first bites. I will comment on the smell. It does smell like catfish once it's cooked. There weren't a lot of bones, but when I break the fillet apart, it now looks like there are some small bones. Bon appetit. Okay. It's not the worst fish in the world. It's not the best either, but yeah, there's lots of bones. It has aspects of catfish. Sort of that, it's got a very vegetative quality to it. Lots of bones. You can eat it, for sure. You know, it's edible, for sure, but, you know, would I invite my girlfriend over or her family over to eat it? Definitely not. A lot of bones. I guess I can't say I'm surprised that it tastes how it does, because I mean it was eating a lot of weeds when I caught it. There's a lot of weeds coming up. That is their main diet, is vegetation. So yeah, I mean 3, 4 out of 10. It's not great. It's it looks a lot better than it tastes. it looks like perch. And I was kind of, at first, before I cut it open, I thought, ooh, this is not going to be good, right? But then I cut it open and I was a little bit more excited. And now that I've eaten it, I'd say that excitement has mostly escaped. Yeah. Yep, lots of bones. It's not great. So that's my final take on it. RUDD, if you have a chance to try it, I suggest that you do try it because it may be more up your alley than it is mine. You know, everyone has their own tastes, and that's really what this video is about, is, you know, understanding that there's lots of fish out there. Some of them get a lot of acclaim, some of them don't, and that's okay, but, you know, they're all out there just the same. So, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this segment. Hope you enjoyed the segments before this. Get outside and go fishing.
Sometimes you don't come home at all. So what in the world's come over? What in heaven's name have you done? You broke in the speed and the sound of the loneliness. You're out there running just to be on the run. Yeehaw!